Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Welcome. Blah, blah, blah. Damn, shit.
Wow. Get it out.
Okay. Try that again. Welcome. Greetings and salutations. This is your boy Trey Proper. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Kinkazoid. Yeah, you know who I am, ladies and you. Introduce yourselves.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's a queen.
And what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Chase. To see Hayes, no matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
All right. So, you know what? I'm showing off a little bit. I gotta kind of set the mood up in the show.
Go ahead.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And also special shout out to Lillian. She actually got me a birthday gift. I'm happy about it. I love it. Great. Shout out to C Night Arts on TikTok. I saw it. I did a TikTok about it. She was like, "Yeah, what size shirt you wear?" I was like, "Let's go." I wear a 3X. So yeah, don't send me anything small from that.
Letting everybody know what size you wear.
Just saying, wear size 3X. If you're gonna give me a shirt, give me 3X. That's it. But anyway. And that Cash App is Trey Proper. Anyway. Yeah, so we got a great show lined up. We're going to talk about a few things, get into a few things as soon as I find my damn notes on the screen. There we go. All right. So Royal, it was something no, I forgot. It was something we changed around. I forgot what it was. We changed it. It's not on the screen. Help me.
Okay, so we starting off with the toy of the week, right? So are we starting a position of the week?
Yes, we're talking about the toy of the week. I do apologize for that. So this week, I guess in the Discord, we had someone drop a picture.
I dropped a picture. So what it was like padding of the penile variety. And it was actually like shaped, like had the imprint and everything. And I'm just like, my caption was like, "So we dick fishing now?" Like, explain it to me. Like, honestly, I don't know why it would be done. I mean, I guess if you are lacking in that capacity, you may want to get something like this. I mean, Trey, you have any experience with dick fishing?
No. No, I'm very upfront and honest about being a regular, degular, schmegular ass dude. I ain't, and I'm still gonna wear my gray sweatpants. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna see whatever print I got. That's what you're gonna see. So,
Well,
yeah.
you guys already know
I was
I've
say
been
we know your dick fishing story.
yeah,
I don't
I've
think
been
I've
dick
ever
fished,
been dick
so
fished before.
yeah,
Like,
so that's how
Like, but
honestly.
big
it
beans.
makes no sense though. Like, you're gonna, if you go the course of where things go, she gonna see it. Like, you know what I did? I did tweet something earlier that's kind of related to this. It was like I guess what you guys call Spanx, where you pull them up over your
Mhm.
belly and it holds everything in place. They're
Mhm.
advertising them for men, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to drop trial in front of her so she can laugh at me maniacally. Get the fuck out of here! You gonna get all 3XL of this belly. That's what you're about to get. So
Well,
yeah, I'm
men
like,
have always had some type of shapewear, whether it been it I think they have, like, the shapewear tanks that men can
The
wear
tank
that
tops, and I
gives
mean,
them,
like,
like
back in the day, they
like,
were
yeah,
wearing, like, full
like
corsets.
yeah, so
but yeah, I'm gonna wear my belly out. The belly, I'm not gonna have it out, but like, I'm a big dude, and yeah, I'm a
Now
regular dude.
I
You
think
gonna
now,
get what you get.
bigger men are more acceptable in society than they used to
mhm,
be. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But as far as like the dick fishing is concerned, why is my question? Because like you said, Trey, I'm gonna see it eventually. If things lead
Facts.
up to the way they supposed to lead up, then eventually we're gonna get into it. And I'm gonna know something ain't adding up. One
Yeah.
plus one don't equal two. What's
Why you
happening?
always want to
Some
have sex with the lights on?
some
That's
people
what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
I'm gonna guess some guys like to use it as some extra padding or whatever. Maybe they're trying to hide that the fact that they always get hard, who knows? I know personally because a friend of mine who is a trans male, he used to buy them for packing. So, like,
Mhm,
to get used to packing, like, on a cheaper scale to get used to
Mhm.
packing. But
mhm.
there is a whole entire website. My thread between me and this man is disgusting in my phone. The amount of fake penals of pictures and different stuff that we trade or whatever. When you get a close friend, this is what happens.
Facts. Can't deny
uh
that.
he, had sent me like links, pictures and stuff, and it shows like there's soft packing ones, there's like half hard packing ones, and there's like obviously like the erect ones that you want to just have showing whatever. So there's different forms of different packings. They even have like the gummy packs. I don't know why you would want to pack with a gummy, but they have the gummy packs. So yeah, but if this is if we're talking about somebody who is born with the genitalia of a penis, I don't know why you're packing unless you are compensating and want to feel something. But I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now, women do look down at your package. But if I see a print out in public, like not in a thirst trap, not in the comfort of your home, like, trying to make a seducing video. But if I see you walking and I see a print, I'm like, yo, relax. like, this
So
is personal. Relax.
now that you say that, it makes me think. So once upon a time, not long ago, I used to work for an apartment complex, and customers would come in the door, and I'm the front. I'm at first person as soon as you come in the door to get an apartment, and there was a couple that came, and a lesbian couple,
Mhm,
and I don't know what the appropriate term for the femme. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm sorry.
mhm,
She came in first. So,
mhm,
of course, naturally, me and my flirtatious way, I'm start talking, and of course, her girlfriend comes in, and her girlfriend is the dom.
mhm,
Excuse me if I'm not getting the terms right. I'm sorry, maybe ignorant. But I noticed I knew it was her because she came in and she was adjust like she was wearing her strap underneath her pants. So
mhm.
she had like a 10-inch strap going down her pant leg. And I'm just like, automatically, my brain is just like, wait, that doesn't compute. That's not.
That's too
And
much.
she was like maybe 120 pounds,
Yeah,
like
That's
five
fair.
foot four, and like struggling to walk with this joint. Like,
see, that's too much.
It is. It's doing
Right.
too much.
you
I feel
wearing
like
it in
after
public though?
And
I feel
even
like
if that
after I
was a
put you
man
compensate, like you're trying to overcompensate for
yeah,
something.
and
Like
even
you're
if that
trying
was a
to
man, I'd be like, "You're doing too much, bro." Like,
right.
there's
Like calm
certain
down.
ways
Like
that there's ways that you could properly put your stuff together, and I mean, I don't got one, so I don't know how it is. I don't know,
Hmm.
maybe if somebody who's well endowed truthfully in the comments could really just tell us, like,
but
how
did you
you
hear how she
put
stressed
your
it truthfully though?
put your stuff together, but,
Trust
She
I
calling y'all
mean,
bombers
I'm
out.
just saying
me.
I've never messed with nobody bigger than 8. Let's just like, yeah, bigger than 8, right? But even them, like, there were a grower, not a shower. So in order for them
Right.
to even have the 8, they would have to grow into the 8. Other than that, they
Right.
just sitting on top of their balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the bulge right there. Is just your dick sitting on top of your balls. Most of the time, it's just not men that just pack and sit. It's just literally they dick sitting on top of their balls. That's literally it. So I mean, I don't know how a 10-inch is finna be slinging around if you're a shower. Woo! I feel bad for the showers at that point.
Yeah,
If
I
you
do
if
feel
you
bad for
got
the
a big one
showers.
and you're a shower, then like I can only imagine like trying to tuck and put against your thigh or I don't know.
Isn't it like, is it, I don't know. And again, I don't have one, so I don't know. But isn't it like, haven't dudes like pulled it up, I guess, to where it's like hanging out? I don't know. Don't ask me. It's
I
either
feel
you
like
put
you
it
only do the
What?
up
up or
thing when you're
down or
like
I don't know.
when you're
I don't
in
know.
middle school and you accidentally got erect in middle school, you pull it up, put your waistband
Okay.
on.
In the waistband? No.
That's what I heard.
Look,
No,
if
that
you
I
are
know for like middle schoolers. Like if like they get
okay,
erect out of nowhere, then they do
Yeah.
the waistband thing just so they don't poke out.
I mean, I
Oh, let's
figure the
listen to the
only one
comments
that
real
you
quick.
really
Let's
have
see what
trouble is
people
if you
say.
tucking it.
Let's see who is this Rodriguez?
Eddie. Hi,
Okay, yeah,
Eddie.
Rodriguez. Hey, I know them.
yo,
Tamani, girl. Okay, all right.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Rodriguez, did you just take my greetings and salutations? And Irene the Passion Queen, hey girl, bright eyes,
I've
red
been
light
doing that.
activated. Hey Chuck. All right, Eddie, preach homie, and then Irene the Passion Queen is meant for trans men. Yes, Eddie Rodriguez, ill, so fake penis, okay. Irene Passion Queen, more specifically trans men that haven't had bottom surgery. Yes. Bright eyes, bring out the Buddha. And Chuck, so you was checking out the package. And then
Hey, Joe,
Rodriguez,
you couldn't
yes,
miss it. You couldn't miss it.
yeah, no. And then Eddie Rodriguez, yes, y'all gonna hate me in this combo because I don't play that political BS. What? All right. Well,
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
You
People
know,
fired that.
the views and
I don't know.
opinions of one Eddie Rodriguez do not have anything to do with our show. That's all. That's it. Just disclaimer.
Yeah, don't do anything to ruin our show, or we'll say your real name.
Oh,
I
his
mean, his
name's
real
not Eddie
name is
Rodriguez.
already. Oh, not the real name, not the government.
Don't mess with my businesses. I will go there. Love you like a brother. I will go
Right.
there. All right.
Okay, then. All right.
Anyway,
So moving on.
but yeah, if some of y'all, yeah, definitely the waistband tuck is it's uncomfortable though. Yeah, say like the waistband tuck that's happened. Like I know when you're younger, your hormones are starting to fluster and stuff. You could be in the middle of school, and then next thing you know, boing, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You know,
That's
you
the
can't just
point.
have a book in front of your lap the whole entire time like they do in the movies.
Just be holding your book bag. Holding your book bag, your trapper keeper's right there. Like I never did the waistband thing, but
It sounds like
Well,
you're
you
speaking from
deserve
personal
to.
experience. You used to hold your book bag in front of it if you had an
oh yeah, I
uncomfortable
would just sit it right there.
situation.
Like yeah, I'm just sitting on my leg.
Okay, well,
But it's always going down. Well, for me, it's to the right. So it's you just put your book bag on that leg and you sit there like that.
That
But
has to
I'm not
suck to have like
adjusting
physical
myself.
you're
evidence.
always going the right way.
Oh God.
Yes,
That has to suck though
that's.
to have physical evidence of your arousal just sitting right there, like when you
I
in a
mean, you guys have
holding
it too. It's just up
situation.
top. That's all.
I
Up
could be
top.
cold. I mean, you never really, you don't know.
Facts.
Oh,
But
nipples don't count though.
Nipples don't count.
Nipples don't count at all.
to one of them.
I sneeze
But
and my nipples get hard. So
oh
that
wow,
I sing and my nipples get hard. They just they do what they want to do.
singing.
Yes, singing too, because
Let me
it
go
like
look up some.
if you if you get deep enough into a song, you'll start to
Yeah,
like feel chills or something like that.
yeah.
So yeah.
I sneeze, blow my
Facts.
nose. That's why I used to hate in middle school. I used to hate having to blow my nose because my nipples would get hard. I
Okay, that one's
hated it.
weird. I don't know nothing about that one.
I
But
hated
I
it.
don't know
I
that one.
hate it. Yeah. So yeah. Yep.
Adolescent
I don't know.
arousal.
Me and my nipples are just mad sensitive. Hence why I won't get them pierced because as much as I want to, I don't want to lose that sensitivity
I
right
about
now.
to say I need my sensation.
Okay.
Okay, I need all the sensation I got. So
I need
that-
it all. If
yeah.
there's a percentage of me losing anything, I'm not gonna take the chance. Just not gonna take
Facts. I just Doc, you ain't got to worry about me getting Prince Albert. There's no way you're not coming to me with anything sharp. It ain't
I'm
happening.
saying, like, I don't understand how women be getting their hoods pierced because I'd be terrified. Like one false move and it's over.
Q says she has hers. Maybe. Q? I think Q says she has hers. Her hood.
Did she say it on the show?
I'm terrified.
I don't know. Yeah, that girl has said it
What
on
you
live.
talking about? Oh,
Yeah.
well then, okay, then it's fair
Yeah,
game.
like,
Cover
Fair
the
game.
knowledge. It's fine.
I just no piercing like but I enjoy when if it's done right and she's pierced, it makes my job a little bit easier. So especially as
Mhm.
much as I enjoy my work, so to speak. But yeah, so let's move on to our position of the
Lord.
week. So we were supposed to save this. We forgot it last week. We've got to bring it up. And
Trey, good question,
yeah,
real quick. Because you
yeah.
said it with the beard stroke and everything, right?
Okay.
If women had the same adverse or reaction or side effect that men do with eating pussy, right? Where you guys, moisturization helps with beard growth and everything. What would you think women's would be from sucking dick?
If
So if it's not hair growth, like what would you think? Like
skin exfoliation? Like
not exfoliation. If there's something in your to make your exfoliate my skin, I think that might be a problem.
I mean, that does help with.
It helps,
yeah.
I guess, but exfoliant though, like when I think exfoliant, I think like
astringent.
Yeah, like something.
No, just think
that.
moisturizer. Okay,
Moisturizer, okay, but I'm exfoliant. I'm thinking abrasive. So
no, nothing abrasive,
it
nothing
has to
like
be
that.
an indication of good things though, because you guys have your beards, it's nice and luscious and moisturized. You guys always say, "Come moisturize this beard. I need some moisturization for this beard." Y'all got the little. So we would have to have something that like maybe ass fat.
Yo, it would be no need for BBLs in the world if y'all got fatter off.
or like essential.
Yeah, dudes be just walking down the street like, what are you doing? Get dragged into an alley by like 5 different women.
If it was essential waste, it would be a regular pastime. Do you understand? I mean, every day, all day.
Like
it would be a break time at work, and the world would be a better place. There would be no wars.
It wasn't like beard hair. Maybe it was like hair growth or something like that,
right?
Or like hair thickening.
Oh, like your actual hair would grow
like,
from it?
Like the hair and nail vitamins, like something.
Yeah,
what
if it was like hair and nail vitamins? Like your nails are stronger and longer, your hair gets stronger and longer. You get the thicker eyebrows you wanted. You get the thicker eyelashes that men have that you hate that they have. You know, you get the things that you want promised in life as a woman.
Oh my God, you're promised them.
Why do you think we look at men and be like, why your eyebrows and eyelashes look good? Like, I gotta work for mine. You just sit there and just wake up.
Because if you gotta force it, it ain't meant for you.
Boy, read what the next thing is.
Anyway, we forgot last week about our sex position of the week because we were having great conversation. And so I'm going to bring up I forgot the name of it. I didn't have time to research the actual name and pull it back up. It's in my notepad somewhere. Anyway, this is none other than, I'm going to call it the human seesaw. I saw one clip of this video where basically ladies on all fours, or actually she's on a liberator and she's laying on her back, and the gentleman inserts himself and he's teeter-tottering back and forth on top. And you can actually helicopter rotation yourself.
No, I haven't seen that shit before. No.
Yo, it was one of the wildest positions I've ever seen in my life.
This looks like when dogs be having sex and they get stuck.
They get stuck. Yeah.
And they can't release until they're ready to. That's what it looked like to me.
Now,
this photo is crazy. What is that? What is that?
That's what I was saying. On the liberator, rotating, and hey,
people are doing that.
That is
this has to be a
that's the Soulja Boy version.
No, this is a booty hole thing.
This
has to be a booty hole thing. I can't foresee someone. Their arches aren't even like their backs aren't even arched. So I'm gonna foresee this is
I gotta find the clip and put it inside the Discord of the dude who pulled it off, and he hit the helicopter spin on her, like he really rotated around.
Was the guy Asian?
No, it's a black guy.
Okay, the one I saw was of an Asian guy, but he did a whole like 360.
The black guy did the whole spin too.
Where the dude had the girl upside down, like she wasn't doing a handstand per se, but she was kind of like forearm to the to the floor, and he had her by the waist, and he was just like teabagging inside of her. I was like,
oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
bananas.
This position is not for us. Us bigger people, because you gotta you have a stable base for this.
All right, you ready? Am I high enough? You got it? Are you good? Do you need I wouldn't.
This has got to be high sex. This got to be drunk sex. This got to be.
You are completely and totally fucked up to think of shit.
I'm being adventurous now, babe. Let's do this.
No, thank you.
I feel like if the wrong thing happens, if I move and I'm like, but wait, and I get up and you're not out of me, like I feel like there's gonna be an emergency TLC.
Some type of emergency situation. Like seriously, sex sent me to the ER. This does not look comfortable for anybody. Like this looks like something that they're doing.
It's strictly performative.
Yeah, strictly for performance sake. That's it.
Oh
There's
man,
no
so
pleasure out of this.
that's the human seesaw or the roly poly. I don't know what to call it. I don't
Not
know.
the
I'll
Roly
find the
roly poly.
video.
You're not gonna mess up my favorite Disney Channel song show when I grew up. Don't do that. Don't
Not the
disrespect
roly poly.
Okay, sticking with the human seesaw. All right. So speaking of performances,
not
uh
nymphos.
Right.
What was it?
speaking of
Bright Eyes said,
performances,
as a sister of 5 brothers. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody said something. Nate Boogie. I couldn't get it done. I wouldn't be able to walk straight with we're talking about the clit hood piercing. Bright Eyes
Mm.
said, as a sister of 5 brothers, I learned guys can get hard for no reason and it can randomly happen up until mid-20s.
Mm.
Genocide Circus said, "My ex-wife had her hood pierced.
37.
It's not as hit or miss as or so they make it sound anymore."
Anymore. Okay.
And then, Superman, that ooh. Oh, yes. Yes, that is literally so good.
You.
Eddie said nipples, right? It says weight restricted position. Very much so.
Very much so.
Yes,
That's
it's
you can only be 150 to do something with that.
Man,
I don't know
man.
about that.
unless
And then,
you get with a petite man.
that's why I said
I
the
don't want it.
man would be 150.
Somebody has to be
Oh, okay.
150.
Yeah.
Somebody got to be
Um,
a buck 150. It's either me or him, but yeah, this
yeah,
is not a.
She can't. The
no.
woman can't be because if I couldn't do it with a small woman. Ain't no way it's gonna work. Then I
That's what
can't
I'm
do it in
saying.
general.
The base has to be big. That's
Yeah,
the
Oh
only
yeah.
way that's
yeah,
gonna work.
yeah.
Genocide Circus said, pass on the spins. If I want tricks like that, I'll go to Tony Hawk. Okay.
He said
All
he'll
right.
go play Tony Hawk. Okay,
Yeah.
all
Uh-huh.
right.
Yeah.
Sick
That was a
half
good
pipe,
video game
bro.
growing up. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a really good game. But
That
yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Get the
Mhm.
Spider-Man code. We could bring it back to anyway. All right, cool. So like I was saying earlier, speaking of performances, actually no, one of you lead this one in because we changed it. I don't remember what it was. That's why we had that whole kerfuffle at the beginning of the show.
It's
Wait,
okay
what
because
you say?
while we're on the topic of performances, and also, it even goes with the dick fishing subject, right? So what the question was, and Chase brought this up was, do you think that men who perform very well in the oral department are overcompensating for the lack of equipment that they have in the bedroom?
Yeah, so Michael Jermaine, he has on TikTok, he has a podcast. I think it's called Only Days Podcast, and that's where I got it from. So that was the question that they had. Now I was like, you know what? I don't want to listen to their answers, and it's an all male podcast. I didn't want to
Mhm.
listen to the answer because I didn't want to get anything and then repeat it out fresh out my mouth.
Right.
I know a lot of guys who's just like, oh, I could just be down eating. Like, I just want to eat just to be eating. That's like my favorite thing to do. I just like to please my woman. Is
Mhm.
that the only reason why you like to please your woman? Or that's the only way you know how to please your woman? Like, it's
Oh,
just we got questions out here because I never
where
thought
they
about
at?
that. Like,
Where
I've
they at?
never thought about that. I've always been like, if you like
This is
to
not a
just, if you,
glasses
I'm like, if you like to eat, you
topic
like
of
to eat.
conversation.
Cool. Like,
Yeah,
that's fine.
and
I
that's
don't
all I was
understand why you
gonna say.
bringing out the glasses when
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying. This is
when
not
I
a
got
glass.
the topic
I'm
from
just
an
cleaning my
all-male
glasses. I am
podcast.
just cleaning my
I got
glasses.
the
That's all.
topic from an all-male podcast, so
Mhm.
there's
Right.
that.
So
Mhm.
But
this is my
anyway,
opinion. This is my opinion on it, right? So there are men. It's either way, for real. And I'm not mad at either side of it. Like there are men out there who like to eat just for the pure enjoyment of bringing their partner pleasure, which is always a
Mhm.
plus. And even if there is a man who is not, as well endowed or whatever the case may be, and he does that for his partner's pleasure, then good for him because that means that he's not a selfish partner. Like he's not a selfish lover. He's more concerned with his partner's pleasure, so he's making sure she gets hers. So
mhm.
I'm not mad at that side of it either, if that is the case.
I don't think that
Yeah,
it's a
put your
problem, but
glasses
I
away.
personally have never thought about it that way. It wasn't until today when I seen it, and I was like, could that be a possible thing?
Mm,
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's to compensate or if it's maybe to equal it out, or you could be good at what you do, but you just know how to do one thing a whole lot better.
better than the
Like,
other, right?
that's with anything. That's like if women know how to give it up better than they know how to suck it up. You know what I'm saying? And there's some men who
Mhm,
know how to stroke you out more than they know how to eat you out. I
mhm.
think it works both ways. I just never thought like that was to compensate. Like I'm finna eat you out for like maybe like a good 20, 30 minutes. By that time, hopefully you done bust about 2, 3 times. And that way
Mhm.
you'll be all worked out. So then by the time I hit it and I get my one nut in, you'll be already all set because now you
Right.
done went through all the physical, like Capri Sun sucking and all that other shit I just did to you. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Capri Sun sucking.
So
But yeah, I mean,
someone
like,
once
okay,
told
so
me
you
that.
have
They
the
were
one.
like, just wanna flatten your stomach out, like, suck you out like a Capri Sun. So,
And
alright.
that's fine too. I mean, like,
That's
cause
fine too.
especially the ones that's
I
like
just never
the ones that
I
feel like
just
they
I don't
brought dick
know. I
too.
don't know.
Those are the ones that I feel like are they sometimes be doing the most. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But don't have
Some
me
But
people
out.
I
don't
know,
have to
'cause
say
now
anything.
I'm thinking about myself, because 'cause I'm like, I like sucking dick, and I like giving it up. But,
Yeah,
like, sometimes I like doing one more than the other, and
facts. Because
sometimes I get
sometimes you may not
tired,
feel like doing
and then
both.
sometimes my neck be hurting. So, like, I'm like, "Dang, where do I lie?" I don't know.
Right.
So, Trey,
Right.
have you ever had well, I'll ask you this, have you ever had a woman well, you're not really like a head person anyway, Trey. Like you
You're
said
not a head person? What are you talking
well, you say you said that it takes time
about?
or it takes a
Oh,
while
for
for
me,
for
receiving.
you. Yes,
Oh,
receiving.
okay.
For receiving head, like, it's not like, you'll like it, but it's just like, I know it ain't finna really go nowhere at this point in time, so, like,
Yeah.
let's just get to the fucking. So, like, that's
Mhm.
why I'm saying, like, have you had a woman that, like, enjoys more of head giving than ass giving, and you're like, "Meh," or you're like or because you kinda aren't falling in the line of a person who likes to receive, it doesn't matter to you?
For me receiving, it doesn't matter because of like what you said. For her receive, I've had women who have languished in the receiving, and that's what they want to keep going for. I've also
Mhm.
had women who were like, okay, I've came like 5 times, I need dick now. So this just revving them
Mhm,
up to that point where we need to get to business.
mhm,
So it to me, it's all situational. Like, and it's person to person, situation to situation. Everybody doesn't like the same thing. Everybody doesn't like the same tricks. Some girls only want to come once, and I don't know what was that movie Spanglish with Adam Sandler, where his wife when she came, that was it. She was done. There are some women who are out there like that. They are literally quick draws, just like there are men out there who are literally quick draws, and they will come quickly. So it may not be a compensation for size or performance thing. It might be I legitimately know that once I get into this pussy, I'm gonna come quick. So I want to make sure you get as much as you can before I bust this nut. And in
Right.
addition to that, it could be a situation where he has a lack. The two people that are in that partnership. Um, okay, fuck it. This is a glasses moment. Some women, not all, don't realize that you have your man on a sex deficit. You're only having sex with him once a week or once a month. And when he does get it, no, he's not gonna be putting on a 45-minute performance because he hasn't gotten any pussy in a while. So he's gonna come quick. So him knowing that and him choosing not to cheat on you, he's gonna do everything he can to make sure to
Mhm.
try to get you to want to have sex more. Now there are situations that there are caveats to everything. So I'm not saying that's across the board, but those are the reasons why that could happen. So it could be a compensation thing. Yeah, there are probably some guys who are like, I got to eat it, I got to do it, or else she's not going to like me. There are people like hell. I've had situations like that when I knew that girl was highly experienced, and she may have given me a second chance, and I'm like, okay, I got to get in here and I got to do my thing and make sure she gets hers before I do mine. And I gotta that's a compensation thing, not necessarily for my performance or my size, but just because I know what we've been through before. So it's a lot of different reasons why. But I don't think the main thing is I've got a small dick or I've got bad dick, and so I gotta eat the pussy.
yeah.
No, and I
I
wasn't
know.
gonna say that either. What I was gonna say was, like, there could be other reasons, like, it could be a medical issue, he could have erectile dysfunction, there could be, like, some underlying disease or whatever where he can't, have sex or something like that,
Mhm.
and he chooses to give his partner oral, then yeah, then that's where, I'm compensating for something, and I think that that is, the one of the telltale signs of a good partner is that you are willing to compensate. So, I mean, not just the fact that, he may not be getting it or it could be bad sex or whatever the case may be. It could literally be an issue. So I don't think it's always you're lacking in that department, but there could be something that is preventing you from performing in that department.
Yeah. Quick look at the comments. Let's see. Eddie said whole pipe, not half pipe. All right, for the Tony Hawk comment. Boss, hey girl, how are you? Nay said
Like,
yes.
okay.
Irene said yes. Bright Eye said yes. And then but Irene said negative, not not for all, some just love eating, right? I said, yes,
Mhm.
the pleasures are
Pleasers. Yep.
overcompensating.
Mhm.
Boss says, yes, 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 they are lacking, so they need to overcompensate. Eddie
Mhm.
said, not all the time. There are some of us that have love for both. I have my 3-point rule, got to please in every way.
Good job, sir.
Okay. And boss said, but then again, some men just like to eat to pleasure their partner, which is true.
Mhm.
All
That
right, I
is
said,
true.
I'm just happy they are picking up the slack. Eddie said, of you have questions, I'll answer.
Mm.
Oh, Jamaica says sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, I guess. And Keisha Menena said, many of them are. And then Boss said, well, don't come to me with the quickness. Oh, Lord. Eddie said, oh, well, quick draw McGraw the fuck.
Wow.
Mm.
All right
And
then.
that's
Well,
why you
I
should
mean,
go ahead and holler at Blue Chew.
I've had that situation happen where
I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
like
what, they're gonna
zugging,
end up sponsoring us at one point, as much as we
I'm
talk about
giving
them.
head, I'm zugging, I'm doing everything like that. And then once they got in me, they got a good couple of strokes and they're like, I didn't want to come yet, but here I am. I'm like, I mean,
It
it is what
happens.
it is. Like, but I think at that point, like, I'm not gonna get. I was a little.
I was about to say, don't even lie and say you ain't gonna get mad
I was
because
a little
you're gonna be
tight.
tight.
Not too much because we had already had some form of a session beforehand.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I wasn't like, whatever. But okay, I finally got you here because it took us a while to get you to this point where you could really get in there. I'm like, I bet. So then for when you finally do it, and then you kind of within the 5 to 10 pumps, you kind
Mhm.
of come like, okay, well, I did my job. I guess I can't be too mad at it. Like, like it is what
Please.
it is.
You do
But
a good if you do a good
I
job
mean,
on the date,
but
then
my
it's
yeah, but my
inevitable.
thing was like next time I know to not go as hard in the head game as I did. So that way I know that you'll have some stamina when it comes to getting inside this. I know it's a magical waterfall. I get it. I get it.
Not to
But
toot
I
her
just
own
know
horn
I
or
just
anything like that.
huh?
I said not to toot your own horn or anything like that, Miss Magical
What?
Waterfall.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's just like these are things that you learn over time with a certain partner. Obviously, you guys know once you do wrong towards me, I don't go back. So obviously the first session had to be good and whatever. But like I said,
Mhm.
it's one of those things where okay, we got to this point. We know now I can't go super head 5,000 on you. I gotta give you like the 2,000 maybe and then I'll release maybe 5-10 minutes earlier than I usually
What's that? A
do.
crank in
That
the
way
back of your head that goes from 2 to 5? Like what?
I mean, when they grab my shoulder, I know it's on and popping, so that's because I'm not don't grab my head. I'll tell you first, do not grab my head, you'll be in trouble.
Don't?
Shoulder, look, don't, mm-mm.
Don't. Please
The
do.
only time I want you to is when they like you're finishing in my throat. That's the only time. Other than that, I particularly don't because there's been one time where I actually did have the misfortunes of I went down and he thought I was coming up, so he pushed down too quick and it did hit in the back of my throat. He didn't know what happened. I knew what happened and I had to keep it going. I'll just tell you what
You gotta
I
had
know
to
what
get
swallow.
those
happened.
thoughts out
Gotta
of my
swallow
head.
on the fly.
I had to swallow one for the team. Had to swallow one for the
Oh boy. So please, 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 please,
throat is not
please.
the same throat, guys.
This is why here, what do we preach? Motherfucking communication all day. So like I said earlier, there can be a sex deficit. So even if it's your first time having sex with an individual, ladies, keep in mind, men are not out here fucking like you think we fucking Leo. Shut up. We know we're gonna get you a girlfriend. Shut up.
Hell
See,
alone,
we ain't
okay?
gonna
Why
do
you
We
all that.
love
always helping that?
Leo.
Because he
Leo's our
always yelling and
mascot.
barking while I'm on live. Like these.
We love Leo.
We love Leo. Leave Leo alone.
Anyway,
Imagine
there
if
could
Leo's
be
that's crazy.
there could be very much so a sex deficit for that individual, not necessarily in a companionship. So that guy could have went 2 years before he's seen pussy in real life, and he's been backed up for that time. So he shows up and he's got the quick draw, or he's pumped himself up and built everything up over y'all's line of communication. Keep that in mind. That's why, and you're entitled to not give somebody a second chance. That's your prerogative. I'm begging everybody else out there not to be that restrictive with guys because things are not like it used to be. Guys are not out here having as much sex as you think they are. Some of them are going long stretches of time before they get some. The other guys who get it on a regular basis, that's who everybody fucking. So the regular dudes out there, they not out there doing the thing like that.
Here's my question though, right?
So
Okay, so if you are in a sexual deficit, and I guess I have a follow-up question to that, but if you're in a
okay.
sexual deficit and you finally get with somebody that is a willing partner, what isn't it like obligatory to like get the first one out the way? Like, isn't that what y'all do?
So
The first night out the way and
do
then the
you
second
think that
one
That's
goes
what
this
I do.
hold up, do you think that this with a little bit of lotion or baby oil or coconut oil for me,
Coconut
you
oil.
think that this feels like that? You think it has
Of
any
course not.
no
Of
matter how much
course
I
not.
undulate my phalanges, there's no way that it's
Big
gonna
words.
feel like that's
Words.
gonna feel like that. So we get in there, y'all been working on your kegels, you've been drinking your water, you're being a good girl, and you're doing what you gotta do, and that thing clenches on. Sorry. I took care of one before I came over here. Number two is in the chamber, namely you. Number three might not come because,
The
god damn it, I
chamber.
wasn't ready. I wasn't
But
ready.
I think men and women pre-nut. Woo, that word caught me off guard. Sorry.
It
I think
did.
men
It did.
that one got me off. Usually
And
I'm
then,
pretty
like,
good, but that one
voice,
got me off guard.
the timbre of the vote. Yeah, I just okay. Go ahead,
That
continue,
one
please.
caught me off guard.
A little bit.
I think women, obviously men and women's prenup is two whole different things. Men's is to last longer for their quote unquote second slash first round,
Hmm.
and then women's is just in case I don't get mine.
Mm,
Like, let me get mine before, just
That's
in case
fair.
I don't get mine, which is like crazy to me. Like we have to have that notion of like, you know what, I might go into this not getting nothing. Let me enjoy myself first, and then we can, enjoy ourselves later or whatever.
right.
So, and I feel like if you're going to, get one out, women, please get one out.
No.
Do yourself stupid, okay? So that way when you get to him or whatever,
Unless
like,
you one of those ladies that's overly sensitive and you're not gonna want to do it after a while, then you just
oh yeah, obviously, if you know your body and oversensitive, like overstimulate. But woo.
left
Okay.
Tina.
So
But yeah.
I'm
What are
telling on
what
here's the
myself.
thing, right?
are
Even
some
with being overly sensitive, I'm still gonna want to after, and that's probably because I've been conditioned
mhm.
to be okay with that sensitivity. So I mean, like even if you're overly sensitive, I mean, you don't want to. Just in my personal opinion, I'm still gonna keep going. But my follow up question, Trey, was what do you consider to be a sexual deficit if you're in a relationship?
Say that one more time. I was reading the comments, so I totally apologize.
What do you consider to be a sexual deficit if you're in a relationship with somebody? Because I know that was part of your argument.
For me personally,
Hmm.
I think that, and I'll give you personal and what I think should be general. Personally, I am an every other day type guy. I'm not an every day, three times a day. I'm 37, Joe. We not even gonna play those fucking games. Every other day is good enough for me as a bare minimum. Generally speaking, if you're not giving it to him twice a week, he's gonna have a deficit. That means if you're not giving it to him, well, shit. Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's got 3 days in between, or on the back end. I think that's right. My math's all fucked up, but yeah,
About
if
business
it's
things.
more than 48 hours, if it's more than 48 hours that he's going without,
Mhm.
your dude's getting backed up. Like, let him go. And there's dudes out here who are going years, years.
Mm.
And we are patient beings. We are fucking hunters. We will go outside and hunt shit, and we will wait for what we want longer than any of y'all prepared to realize. And yeah, so that's what I think. For me, every other day. Generally, Tuesdays and Thursdays, give it up.
Okay. Chase, what you think? Sexual deficit in a relationship?
Just fuck me. I don't think it's not like there's nothing. I don't think there should be a deficit. There shouldn't be a rules or like let's just do it here, let's do it there. Like I'm more of a if it feel right and we in a good mood and it's sparking, we finna do it. Like regardless of the fact. Like it is what it is. Like if I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, I go, what's up? Like, what's up with you? None, what's up with you?
It
Like, you
shouldn't
know what
even
I'm
be a
saying? Like,
question. It
huh?
should be. I said it shouldn't even be.
Question.
My voice drops 2 octaves.
I
You know
It's not
what's
a
going
question. It's
on.
just
Like,
like
let's
it's
go.
just one of those like those funny little banters when you kind of just looking at somebody or whatever, or if you laying on the couch and I climb on top of you. Like it's just it has to be a moment. I don't want anything to be forced. Like I mean, I'm
Mm,
not saying that Trey's point of view is forced by any means, but I feel like now we're having to put like numbers into how many times we have sex a week because of whatever the case may be. I don't want
Right.
my man backed up at all, obviously, but I'll play with you just to play with you just as much as you would play with me just to play with me. Like I would want a healthy sexual relationship where whenever we can get it. Now, if that's 7 days out of the week, we get it in every single fucking day. And if sometimes it's maybe once out of the week because we both got caught up and
Mhm.
couldn't make time for each other or whatever, it doesn't even have to be full blown sex as long as it's something.
Some type of intimacy. Yeah.
As long as it's
mm,
some form of intimacy, if it's something, then we Gucci. But if you want
yeah.
to fuck, I'm always gonna want to fuck. There's not gonna be a time I'm not.
Mhm.
You gonna be
So
Never.
like,
I'm
Not
speaking
never a
of.
time where I'm not
yes,
thinking about it.
yes, I'm
But
gonna
I'm
wanna
speaking of committed relationships. I'm not talking about fuck buddies. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about
No,
that.
that's what I'm
no,
talking
we
about.
already
Those
talked about that.
situations,
I'm not
like
talking about
Yeah.
you
that.
probably are fucking somebody else on the side. So that
I'm
doesn't even.
saying,
But you
if you
got
tell me I wanna
living.
fuck, Imma
You
fuck.
live with me. We go to sleep in the same
Yeah,
bed every night,
Imma fuck.
shorty. Like, why
Imma do
you?
it.
My rule is not. You are not allowed
I'm
to wear
there.
fucking clothes in
I'm
my
in the
bed.
bed. I'm in the bed.
Period. Like
There's
you
not even a
cannot.
rule. I'm already been doing it.
I'm not
I
gonna say
live by myself. Like, you know
it's
what
a
I'm saying?
regular
There
Like,
you
occurrence.
go.
that's
I
just
gotta
it,
wear some
you know?
PJs. Have you? I
No,
will
like,
rip
there
that
was
shit
a
off
like,
of you.
me and my ex, whatever, like, if we get, like, a telly together or something like that, if I got back in the bed with, like not like how, like, a teddy or, like, some type of, like, laundry or whatever, he's like,
Mhm.
"Why'd you put clothes on?" I'm like, I didn't. It's the lingerie. Like, "Well, why'd you put it on?" "I don't know, my nigga. Maybe because you got 50 degrees in here." Like, if it's too cold, I'm
I
putting
mean,
on some clothes,
grew up.
man. I can't
That
do
don't
it.
I'm gonna say that don't even matter.
Chicka
My
wow
body
wow.
will my
I have
body is
literally been stripped of my
oof.
clothing with trying to get in the bed with clothes on. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
it don't even matter. It could be 0 degrees in my room. Nope, I'll warm you up.
Nah, I can't. Like, my stomach starts hurting and stuff if I get too cold. So, it's just like, if you have the room at a nice temperature, like, it doesn't have to be 70, you already got in mind, like, maybe 45, I'm good. Not no daggone 20. I'm gonna die.
Nah,
I'm
dog.
gonna die,
Windows
okay?
open, fans on, oscillating fan, all of that shit. Still nothing. Can't wear
Alright,
anything.
yeah, I'm all set. But, yes, if I want it, you want it, we both gonna have it. Now
Facts.
if you say no
Facts.
to
Right?
me,
So, dear
whoa,
future wife, the
ooh.
rule is no fucking clothes in my bed. End of discussion. Like that's it.
Well, I mean, you look like you're a pretty hairy person, Trey. I hope change your sheets, like once or twice a
You
week.
said I'm a pretty.
Like
She said
hairy.
you're pretty hairy.
Yeah.
I'm not that hairy.
You're not that hairy. Like, so you don't leave like a trail of hair behind or anything?
No,
Okay.
I just have a beard. Like this
I mean,
is not. It's not that
I
bad.
could only be with a guy that
Did you show the chest
he
hair?
has like the hair, like he has the hair. Oh, you're
It
like
ain't that bad.
a little
It's
Like
not
top.
bad. It's not like he's a
Yeah, he's
literal
not
bear.
bad
Like he
though.
ain't got the whole
it's
rug
not.
happening right here.
I've
You
been
just see my arm, and my arms ain't even that bad.
I've been dudes with dudes who have like just full blown hair. It's not thick, but it's just they have hair on their
Mhm.
body. But every time you get up, it's like I'm looking at a body. It's been, I don't like this. Ugh. I'm gonna change the sheets all the time because it's just hair. It's like a pet sleeping in your
Nasty.
bed.
And that's where you
Ugh.
can, so you can communicate and talk about body hair treatments,
Oh
like
yeah, duh. Obviously,
shave,
but
homie, like or do
that
something.
that
Yeah.
Right.
but there's a difference. Is that like obviously that's minimal. That's something that's like I would easily have to get used to. If it's all about the person, who the person is,
Right.
Mhm.
obviously. But it's just I have we all have had our hotel days, and I just want. I'm like, I can't. I've even, seen some personal videos with him hair left behind on my body, and I was like, "What the fuck am I looking about?" And I was bald. It was a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know. Too much hair can do me can creep me out. What are these comments
Yes.
saying? In a
Mm,
relationship,
mm,
what are the
mm.
Eddie said practice makes perfect. Boss said, "Oh wow, Trey." Eddie said, "Amen, Trey." Eddie's like, in a relationship, pleasure should go both ways. Pleasing each other
Facts.
with what each other likes. Keep it interesting. Letting the backup pile up or not, keeping things spicy makes it dull. Also goes on to say it's important for a healthy relationship, not just a sexual one, not just sexually, although that's fun also. Samantha. Hey, Samantha. I don't find most of the men I have encountered before my spiritual awakening as patient beings when it comes to sex. I realized it had a lot to do with me and what I needed / wasn't getting, and that's her deficit. Manny said, no robust? No clothes. No clothes. And he said, no, lingerie is allowed. Boss said,
Is
See,
it
that's
though?
situational. That's
Allowed?
yeah,
Is it
it's
situational.
like,
really allowed?
It's
I think
situational.
teddies are, to me, not clothes. Like, they are, but they're not. Like, for me personally, it's like, it just, all it does is keep this in tight,
Exactly.
and then it flows out. It flows out.
Exactly.
So the only thing that's really covered is my boobies. And even they have teddies that are not even covered like that. Like, if that makes sense.
I hate spending because like the lingerie looks cute, right? And you want to do something sexy, you're trying to spice it up. But you buy this thing, and lingerie, depending on where you buy it, can be expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
But what is the point in me buying it if all it's going to end up doing is being crumpled in a pile on the floor anyway?
We're gonna get to you afterwards, Trey. All right. Eddie
Yeah.
said, no, lingerie is allowed. And then Boss said, yeah, why would you wear clothes to bed? I mean, I naturally don't wear clothes to bed. That's
I
very
don't
annoying.
either.
If it's not that time of the month, I ain't wearing no clothes to bed.
Facts.
Eddie said, like shade. Yeah. Yes, like a
Lycanthropes.
beast. Gross.
Yeah.
Jamaica said, and that's why I got a coat by the door of my apartment in case of an emergency. Yes, I got my robe right next to my door. And he said, yes, the tatas. And Eddie, thigh highs around my head are what I like.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I said clothes. I didn't say anything about the boots because oh man, you got
like
some
boots?
I have a mild, I don't have a foot fetish, but I do like when you have on either the high heels. I like the noise that they make when we fucking and they behind my back and I like that shit.
Which
Yeah.
during the
If missionary and the legs are behind the back and the heels are hitting each other, I love that sound. I love it. It drives me fucking crazy.
Let me just ask the question. You like boots?
I like what?
Puss in Boots?
Puss in Boots.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I like Puss in Boots. To answer your question from
I'm on a roll.
Forever tainted, but go ahead.
Anyway, like that's not my problem. So to answer your question, so in Christmas time, do you wrap gifts?
Yeah.
Do you
I try not
keep
to.
the paper afterwards and fold it nicely and store it away for next year?
What we're talking about here, the lingerie thing that we talking about.
So this is one of the few times you hear me say this. You were the gift at that moment. I'm unwrapping you. You're presenting it to me. You're presenting it to your man in a nice tight bow or whatever wrapping. We have the pleasure of unwrapping you, of taking it off you, because we ultimately want to get to the good thing that is you.
Sometimes you're not taking it off in a pleasurable way.
We can't. You think we can't appreciate in a matter of seconds? You think we got to sit there for 15 minutes caressing the lace?
No, but I'm saying I done spent a rack on lingerie. I would hope that you would sit there, and when I come out and do my little saunter out of the bathroom, or if I just go, hey, look, you like this? Or you come in the bedroom and I'm laying on the bed in a weird position, who knows? I would want it to be that it's looked at. I want you to look at me like, go ahead, back up.
Right. Like, damn, babe, you look good.
You bend over for me really quick. Now pose for me. I want to take a couple pictures. I want or something like that, or just or do a little something for me real quick.
Exactly.
I want you to be pleased by what I'm trying to give you. Because for me personally, I don't know about other women because I don't date them.
Fair enough.
But for me, it takes a lot for me to get into a moment where I want you to see me. Right? Usually I'm just like, hey, yo, my nigga, what's up? I got these pants on, I got the shirt on, call it a day. But but if I'm wearing an outfit, if I'm wearing something and I want you to just see me, it takes a lot for me to get into that mindset that I look good and I want you to enjoy me. So I would want you to really have the moment with me and just gas my head up for 0.5 seconds before you rip it off. I know you're gonna want me even if I got a moo-moo on. It don't matter. Okay, but it's the mere fact of I want you to just be aesthetically pleased more than what you already are by me, and
Right.
just see that I put an effort to please you. That's all. That's all I want. And then you can drape it off of me. You can rip it off of me. You can tell me just to slide them to the side, whatever the case may be. But at least you
Slide to the
enjoyed.
side does work. It does work. So yes, I agree, and I'm not saying you walk through the door and I jump on you. You know, yes, appreciate. Yes, we do appreciate. I'm not going to sit there for 45 minutes appreciating it. We do not stop. Let me finish. Let me
I'm
finish.
sorry.
We
Go
do
ahead.
not.
I'm sorry.
We do not react the same way. Men and women are different. We have different ways. There are some guys who will sit there and give you all the praise in the world, and then there are some of us, myself included, who regress into a caveman mode and Mongo no talk. Mongo work now. That means you have reduced me, you've reduced my intelligence by your appearance. That is your praise. That is me appreciating you. That is, I can't even think straight. All I can think is I'm a little kid in Christmas and I want to unwrap my fucking toy. That's what I want to do, and I want to play with it all fucking day. That's what I want to do at that moment. So not all of us. Some of us will be like, oh, I want to sit there and then some of us are a little bit voyeuristic and we want to change the mood a little bit. I had to. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
I swear.
Somebody
We want to
please take
capture the
ring light
moment.
away from
We want
this
to capture.
man.
Now I got to figure out how to put it back.
Now we in strobe light tray. Okay.
Oh man, I couldn't help it. All right, but yeah, some of us are like that. But go ahead, read some of the rest of the comments.
He irritate my spirit.
Love you too. Love you too.
Okay. Yes, then the thigh high socks for the win. I want to get up here. I've been seeing them on my For You page.
Oh, them
Somebody has
them
snitched to
thigh high
somebody.
socks.
Some FBI
Them
cop
socks.
because
So I said clothes. I ain't saying nothing about shoe wearing the thigh high socks with the
listen,
little bit of
I
meat that's coming out
haven't
on the top.
thigh high socks. And some way somehow my
Wow.
cookies have been running it on all my platforms. So
Because
is somebody telling me to buy some thigh high socks?
Get the damn thigh high socks. Some things are wonderful. Okay, they are wonderful.
We like them. I
Anyway,
like them.
let me see here.
But get the band though. Don't just buy the socks. You got to get the.
There's a website. I forgot. Somebody told me that there's a website for like plus thigh high. But here's the thing. Here's my thing for women when it comes to clothing. Y'all don't like equal thigh calf big girls. Okay, when you put out there, this is for big girls. This boots here, boots here for big girls. Y'all don't equate to the fact that there are some big girls who are equally fat. I'm an equally distributed fat person all over from head to bottom. Okay. So my thighs and my calves are big. I don't have the thick leg, then I got the ham hock sitting on top of it. It is a thigh calf equal proportion leg. So when I put stuff on, it will stop like mid calf or right at the top of my calf just because it don't go no more. Because they're thinking, oh, she must have skinny legs and then big thighs. That's not how that works. That's not how all thunder thighs work. I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway,
I'm gonna send you a picture of mine, the ones that I have, because they're stretchy and everything and comfortable. I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna send you a picture.
Hey, Manny on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, man. Come on over to YouTube.
All right. And then I got thigh high boots tray. Ooh. All right, and Eddie said there are some people that are visually stimulated. Yes,
Noted.
Spend what you spend. Spend what you spend,
Drop
and
those
then
pictures
use
in
it
the
over and
Discord.
over again. Yes. Licia said exactly. Let me show it off. Dang, Big Chuck, right back. He's like, right, back up and let me look at you. And he said, wait, so many females don't want to do all that. If it was up to me, dance, move around, model or something. Too many self-conscious people out there for that now. And it's your job to make me not feel self-conscious.
Exactly.
Your job to help me get into the mind that I am the bomb.com and can't nobody tell me ish.
Exactly.
And that's I could have my insecurities and I could just need a little help from you for backing it up. Or I could already have a big head and I just need you to gas it up a little bit more. It doesn't really matter. It's just make me feel like I'm like you. There's no other woman for you. That's all.
So real quick, pause right there. So my statement, are you saying that my statement of reducing my intelligence is not enough of that? Because there are some of us who legit are so enthralled by you, we can't form words to give you a gas up.
No, and that's not it's not we're not talking
Okay.
about in that moment. I'm saying over
Okay.
a period of time. It could be just
Oh
anything.
yeah. I mean,
It could be
yes, you're
anything.
gonna
It could be
compliment your woman.
I'm on the phone with you and we're on FaceTime or for whatever reason, like we're separated, and then you're like, "Hey, can you put the phone down and like kind of back up away from it really quick? I just kind of like I just want to see you." Like that to me, I'm like, well,
See,
all right, buddy, let's
I'm
get
trying to
into
find that
it. Like,
energy. I'm trying to find that energy on at the live-in capacity because somewhere along the line, because it's like that flirtation.
yeah,
That
y'all
flirtation
have the
is
Mhm.
living thing.
lost.
I don't know what
You
the
know what I'm
living
saying?
feel
But
like.
that's
I
what I'm
don't know what
saying.
that
That
is.
flirtation when you have a live-in can get lost. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you have to not necessarily dig deep to find it, but you have to remember that the flirtation needs to continue, the dating needs to continue, that little playful teasing, all of that stuff, all of that needs to continue. Because if you want me to be this sexy, vixen type of person, then I'm gonna need some encouragement. Because from what I have on a day-to-day basis, you see me when I first wake up in the morning, you see me when I look busted and disgusted. Okay, you seen some terrible shit. So I need to know that you still find that appealing. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
it.
I
Go on.
totally go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I totally agree with you. I think that you should both be giving each other compliments. I mean, words
Mhm,
of affirmation are some people's love language. So
mhm.
you should be giving that person compliments. I'm going to I'm quite loquacious as you can see. I'm going to talk my fucking head off. Yes, I'm going to talk to you and tell you exactly how I feel about that. When it gets to that moment though, no more talk. So but I agree with what you're saying. Yes, you
Right.
should be praising each other. You should be walking past
Each other,
me
yes.
in the bathroom brushing your teeth and I'm gonna smack your ass or I'm gonna yelling there while you in there and be like, damn, you look beautiful, or whatever it is for that situation. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely,
And
completely.
I think it's more so because that type of like don't get me wrong, me and Hubdus are we good, but it's just like the ass smacking thing. Of course, that's a regular occurrence, but it's just like the words of affirmation thing. That's the big thing because I'm not
Mhm.
trying to speak for all women, but I know for me personally, I need to hear it as much as I see it. You know what I mean? Because I
Mhm.
can see it
Yeah.
all day long, but then there's something about those words of affirmation that gives me a little more encouragement to be able to do the stuff that I know that he wants me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mhm.
Boss Design says, I agree with Chase about the lingerie. Manny Z equally. What? Okay. I don't know where we're going from that anymore. All right. Eddie says, for that, the more they stretch, the sexier. Oh, fuck that. The more they stretch, the sexier. Oh, okay.
Oh, I was going to
Um,
go ahead.
Okay. And then DMV combat, hey, over. Okay, I don't know what
That
that
was
is. Okay,
Manny. You
I already
switched over.
okay. Arlene Patrick Queen, I have had to pay for extensions and boots to fit my calves. Yeah, and then Boss Designs, I have to buy wide calf boots. Yeah, that too. And then Eddie
Mhm.
Rodriguez, so what happens when you do gas it up and it still ain't enough for the female? Um, oh, at that point, that's something that she has to figure out on her own. Like I
You
said,
could be dealing with
it's
some
Mhm.
major insecurities. She could be dealing
you
with
know,
some major
There you go.
insecurities, and
yeah.
that's something that she needs to work on for herself as well. Like,
Mhm,
and it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot for a woman who has not been confident to try to build that confidence up.
mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it could be like the smallest, like it could honestly go back all the way back to actually needing to talk to somebody about it. To
There we
dress
go.
sexier. You
That's the point.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. And that's something that she has to work on for herself. If she's dealing with major insecurities, then definitely seek help. If it's a mental block, then definitely talk to somebody. You could, dress sexier, try to hype yourself up a little bit. It takes work. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
Cause
and
And
it's not
shorty,
even no, go ahead.
if my dick is still getting hard for you, I only want you. If I'm coming home to you every day, I only want you.
right.
Stop pushing me the fuck away. Like,
Yeah.
go
But
get some help,
it's
It
not
goes
and
to
we can
intentional.
men
go.
too.
I know it's not intentional.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I know, but
saying.
I'm
It's
saying,
not
like, I
intentional.
personally have dealt with a person who and it honestly doesn't have to do with them. They're still hook up on the words of a person from years ago, and they
Mhm.
can't let it go. Like, they can't,
Right.
even if they wanted to. Even if 800 people have told them different, they can't let it go,
Let
alright?
me tell you what,
So it's just
personal story time real quick.
one
Well,
person told this man, I don't know who this was, that he was small,
mhm.
and that was it. And I'm like, "W s s s small where? 'Cause I'm
Right.
hurt. Small where? I would love to know what the small is, okay?" And my thing
Mhm.
is,
I need
it's
13
not that I
inches,
have to
bitch.
It's where?
overcompensate, but it's just like
Fuck out of
I
here.
always have to, like I don't want to say like, yo, dick big, babe. Like, it's not that, but it's just like any moment it could come up in conversation or whatever that they are always like, yeah, well, I can't do this, or sending me text messages that was like about getting an extendo clip to see if I can help, or like losing weight to make it appear bigger, like always like, oh, doesn't it look bigger and thicker? Doesn't it look? And it's like, why is it so ingrained in your brain? And I understood it more
I'm
because
gonna tell you
that's
why.
your manhood. That's your
I'm
manhood. Like,
It's not
that's
just
your
that. It's not
prize
just that.
or whatever. But it's just like, I don't know who this person was, and I'm sorry that this person did it to them, but they put it in their brain so deep that they were basically nothing, to that
Mhm.
they have to try to accommodate everything, especially their manhood. And you've had so many bitches be on your line begging, "Can I please get some dick?" And to you, it's still in your brain like, "I'm not good enough."
And let me tell you
So
why. Because
yeah.
if you have somebody that's if you are in any type of relationship with anybody who is an abuser on any level, it could be mentally, specifically mentally, that's what we're talking about in this case,
Mentally,
emotionally,
verbally, yeah.
verbally, anything, any type of abuser, if you're in a relationship with that person for so long and you keep
Mhm.
hearing negativity over and over and over again, it is ingrained in your mind to the where every negative thought that you have about yourself is stuck there. And that's that person's voice replaying on a loop in your
Mhm.
mind. You could not be with this person for years and you still are going through the exact same thing. And it doesn't matter how many times your partner reassures you, it doesn't matter how
Mhm.
many times you tell yourself, I know that this is not what I am. I know that I'm better than this, bigger than this in his case or whatever. It takes time for you to get over that. It literally takes time and it takes a whole lot of healing. And it's only them fucked up individuals that do stuff like this to people. But the next partner, if you're gonna be with this person, you gotta understand that whatever trauma they dealt with in the past is gonna take some time to get over. So it doesn't, your words of reassurance and encouragement help, but it's not
Mhm.
going to do much to fix the problem. They have to want to work on it themselves. They have to get that help for themselves because otherwise it's not going to change. It's going to be the same cycle
So
over again.
I totally agree. Honesty moment. I've been through something like that where
Same.
I'm not going to say which ex it was,
You
but
know,
an ex
Eddie.
girlfriend of mine. I'm ignoring him now. An
Yeah,
ex
me
girlfriend of
Yeah.
mine actually set me back a long, long time because I actually got to view who she was cheating with because I saw the video. It was sent to me, and
too.
specifically, "You ain't this." Like I was like
Like, what?
19. I was
No
young.
way! She
Oh
did
yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah, and that had me fucked up for years. It had me fucked up for a
Man.
long ass time, and it made me feel inadequate and all that other shit. But I had to talk to somebody. I had to
Mm.
go through some healing on that shit and realize. And then, of course, my next girlfriends, I had to have that build up on that end. Like, nigga, you crazy, you good, you like I ain't no problem. So, and I have been through that. So I totally get that the insecurity, but I'm an advocate for
What?
hey, oh, she was a total
No, but I'm
slut.
just saying, like, you know how like when people do things and you hear about it, and it's like not that you know the person or anything, you just kind of go like,
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine like doing like, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's like a revenge one where it's like you cheated on me and now I done mess
Mhm.
with your op, I done mess with your homeboy and I'm sending you the video of it or something
And
like
that's
that. Like
too much.
that,
Mhm.
like, that's doing too much too, but like
Right.
it's a little understandable. Here's my payback on that. Like, type joint. But it's
Mhm.
Right.
like for me to move on to another person and I send you and like you ain't never this or you ain't never gonna be like, first of all, who got time? Like who like where
Too much
why would
energy,
that be even
first
in
of
your
all.
brain cells,
Like,
like, to do that or whatever? So that's a weird thing. But speaking of like Royal had said something about your next partner or when you get your partner, these are the things you have to look out for or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, do you guys still believe in the stigma of you are single until you are married?
Who you wanna go first, or you want me to go first? Because 'Cause Imma go in.
you know what? Okay, so I think I need a little bit more context, right? So, are you saying that I'm able to date still if I'm in a relationship with somebody
Well,
else or whatever the case may
some people take it as I'm single and
be?
I'm
Mhm,
labeled as said single. I could be in a relationship, I could be committed relationship, whatever, but I'm still a
mhm.
single person until we write each other's names on a piece of paper to clarify that we are married. Or there are some people that are saying until my man that who I'm with or someone decides that I'm like, worthy enough to be with or whatever is and then I get married. So it just depends. Like if you date or you don't date or you open a relationship or not, like it just depends on how you look at it. But someone I think it was Crazy had sent in the video in the Discord from TikTok. I had seen this video months ago and the woman she was just giving her day that she regularly does, and she was talking about how her and her friend was swiping on Tinder for a date. She went on a date with a guy from Tinder and everything. And there's been other videos where she talks about the dates that she's been on and recorded them and everything. And people were like, "What? You have a man? You're in a committed relationship?" And she has said many times, "I am single until I am married. Until I get married, I shall be able to be free to do whatever I want." What a lot of people miss is that she says that her man is able to do the same thing. He just chooses not to participate. Okay. So no one is out here not being played fairly. It's just one person decides to do it, another person decides not to. Okay. Either one person's happy or one person's not, or one person just likes to go out and have fun. Like it doesn't matter. They just whatever. Or maybe she doesn't know that he does. Who knows?
Right.
But in that situation, I will say I understand because I'm one of those people. I'm single until I get married, right? But I'm not one of those people that if I'm in a relationship with you, that means that I'm fair game to anybody else that comes my way because we're not married yet. Like that I don't do.
Right.
But as far as committed relationship and everything, yeah, I'm your girlfriend and everything, but I'm still in legal terms single, obviously. But I'm not sitting here gonna be like, oh, thank you, babe. Love you. I'm gonna go on a date though. Because you playing games. It has been like 2.5 years. Yeah, babe. I ain't waiting no more. Still love you. Still want to be with you. I'm gonna see if somebody else isn't gonna play as many games. Is okay. All right. I'm gonna see you later. Like I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna because at that point you sound like Is that what movie was that with Sanaa Lathan, Michael Ealy, and Morris Chestnut? And Sanaa Lathan was like, "It's been 2 years and we're not married yet." And the next thing you know, she meets Michael Ealy
or something like that. He was
yeah,
crazy.
and then Michael Ealy starts stalking her, takes her cat, and then kills Morris Chestnut. That she couldn't get married no more. It was getting crazy, and I thought it was stupid because you broke up with this man and made it seem like the next day y'all was gonna get married. It was dumb. But yeah, go ahead, Roy. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, so basically, so when it comes down to this particular TikToker, I will say this. If you are in that type of relationship where you're able to date outside of your, committed relationship, that means that you and your partner have communicated about it up front, and that is the type of relationship that y'all settled on. You know what I'm saying? And until they decide that they want to lock it down, and I'm like, okay, this is us, me and you, we get married, point blank, period. Then she's free to do what she wants because he's the one they agreed on it. This is something that they talked about in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that type of understanding with your partner, then I say it's all well and good. You do what you want to do as long as, within reason, y'all talked about it, you respecting your partner's boundaries. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's me, as far as me personally, Chase, I'm like you. You know what I mean? Like I will be in a committed relationship with somebody, say if I wasn't married. I can be in a committed relationship with somebody. And if I am, I'm not going to be like for the streets or nothing like that when I'm with them. I mean, I'm chilling, we together, but at the same time, I'm still a single person. We're not married. So that kind of, to me, in my mind now, that the way that I'm looking at things now, it kind of makes me shy away from doing some of the stuff that a wife would do, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still going to be about you. I'm still going to be married to you, but you're not going to have a whole lot of say so, I guess, when it comes to what I do as a single person. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's my mindset. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's all, honestly, it's for first and foremost, it's all about communication. Whatever you and your partner discuss, if that's for y'all, that's for y'all, point blank, period.
I have an audible now that I got, but whatever. But I mean, I do have a topic that I do want to get into with y'all. But yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Me personally, no, I'm just playing. I agree with you guys. I agree. It's if you're single until you're married. However, in there are levels to every relationship. And as you progress onto those levels, for me personally, the moment the condoms start being used, you mine. You don't belong to anybody else.
Being
There's
used
no
or
fucking
not
dating.
used?
Stop
The
being used. Stop
When they
being
stop being used. Okay.
stop
Yeah,
being
that's
used.
not being
Yeah.
used. The moment the condoms come off, yeah, they when that's done, we've progressed to the next stage of this. I'm
Agree
trusting
with
you
that.
with my body, my soul, and ultimately the name of my next child. Like this is not that's not up for debate. If it's coming off and if I'm fucking you raw, I'm every time I say dear future wife, bitch, I'm talking about you. It's
Right.
that serious. So
Right.
I gotta be blunt like that because some people don't take people serious when they say shit like this. Like I'm dead ass serious. I'm
Mm.
not trying to play these games with you. If I'm fucking you raw, if I'm coming inside of you, what do you think I'm trying to do? You
I
think I'm
think
just trying to do
that's
this
a
with
valid
everybody? I'm only fucking you.
that's a valid argument because I think if I'm not because honestly, so I want to say when I was younger, I didn't really take much or have much concern with using condoms in the first place. But then I got smarter and realized, oh, this is something that I'm supposed to be using to protect my body. So I was an avid user of condoms, even with my husband in the
Mhm.
beginning. And when the condom came off, then that was just it. It was me and him. There was no additional, no extra, no nothing. It's just me and him. And it's that sense of trust to where like I plan on being with you for the long haul and I'm taking this protection off because I trust you with my body. And that right there is like, okay, this is it. This the end all be all. I'm not trying to fuck
Mhm.
nobody else. You shouldn't be fucking nobody else. And if you are, we need to put the condom back on, point blank, period.
No, well for me, I'm done with you.
Oh,
At that
I
point,
mean, it depends
that
on the
is
understanding, I guess.
because I'm a monogamous ish type guy.
Monogamy.
You know,
Yeah.
if monogamish, so
Mm-hmm.
that means if there's an option that we've communicated about to bring somebody else into our union, I'm not gonna go fuck somebody else just on a GP,
Not even
even with a
fuck with
condom. I'm not
GP.
doing that.
Right.
I'm not going to do that, but it will be communicated like, hey, we want to have a girlfriend. I'm open to
Oh,
that.
that's such a good
But
question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
but
I was
the moment the moment you step outside of us and what we've done, you're messing with the pot. You fucking with my gumbo. Like, nah, don't fuck with my gumbo.
yeah, if that's not something that y'all communicated on, if you like
Yeah,
stepping outside and then you cheating on me, okay, then yeah, we done. That's
yeah.
it.
And even if we don't have a title, if we don't have a title for whatever reason, I'm fucking you raw and you fucking somebody else, I'm done with you. I'm done.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But Bright Eyes, join our Discord. I'm actually going to put the link in the comments right now, just so you guys can join our Discord so we can have a more thorough question or
We
discussion
can answer
of
that
that
question in the
because
Discord.
we've talked
Mhm.
about that a many a times, and it
Mhm.
doesn't hurt to bring it up again and talk about these things about DOMs and subs and if you're in a relationship, if
Mhm.
you're out of a relationship and
Mhm.
all these things. But Trey was bringing up a really good point, which is like the literal reason and name of our podcast this our episode of TikTok Affair when it comes to shooting up the club or not. If you guys are not aware, if you guys are not part of the TikTok world, there has been a muck running on TikTok because of these
Not a
things. And
mugger.
not going to mention any names because these are accusations, allegedly things, and all this other stuff. And we will not be having our names tampered with on good old YouTube. So, a Blanco persona woman, okay, a Blanco mujer
Oh, pers
who um put on TikTok a video where she was expressing the hurt and the violation that she had felt against herself, her trust, her emotional state, and her body when a Native American man and her had these discussions and conversations about possibly being a union, being more than just friends, and her telling him all her hurt and her pain and everything. In this video, she gave as if before telling the whole entire truth and nothing but the truth, she gave feelings of he took something from her that was not consentingly given to him. We all get what I'm saying. I don't need to say more. And
Please don't
so
say it in the comments.
oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So don't please don't say it in the comments. We don't need to be reported.
Just say
So
SA. There you go.
yeah, essay,
Yeah.
please. So with that, people automatically were like in an uproar, like, what? I can't believe this man who we all watch and, advocate for and everything like that did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in part 2 of said video, because I watched the first video without knowledge of anything that was going on, and I was like, I can't handle another video, and I know how dumb that sounds and how selfish that is to say that, but I couldn't possibly handle another video about
That's
SM.
fair.
I
That's
can't,
fair.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I found out in part 2, it was consensual.
Right.
And it was consensually unprotected between the two. The whole story boils down to she thought they were going to get into some type of unionship, some type of relationship of some form.
Mm-hmm.
He offered polyamory. She is like, I'm against that. He's like, okay, cool. She flew out to him. They had their time. He shot up the club. I don't know if he pulled out or not. It was unprotected, consensual, unprotected sex. By the time she landed, flew back home or whatever, she looked on her Instagram or whatever timeline it was and seen that
Gotcha,
he was
bitch.
already out on a date with another
I couldn't
woman.
help it.
Okay. And that was the story. Now you have another big TikToker posting a sound that says, just makes you sure if you say something, you put predator in front of it or something like that, and shows the picture of this man, which then and people are like, whoa, a creep violated predator alert, and it blew TikTok up. When then the white woman comes and makes more videos of follow-up saying, oh, I seen you was on a date with another woman. Now I possibly could be carrying your child, and I have to take a plan B, and I have to get tested for STIs. Once again, things that you should be normally doing if you're having unprotected
in the first
sex.
place.
In the first place, right?
Why aren't you, if you're having unprotected sex with somebody, why don't you know their status in the first place?
This all boils down to this. You got played, and a bunch of other women got played. This doesn't mean that was right. Nothing about this was okay at any point in time. If he was promising other women and they all look just alike, which is weirder, okay? So if you are
He's got a fight.
if you're promising all these different women that you are going to be in some type of confined, monogamous, whatever type of relationship with them, and you're having unprotected sex with them, and you're not relaying the information between each woman, then yes, that's wrong. But at the end of the day, a person had sex with you and then went on a date with another person to have sex with them. Y'all are single. You knew you were single. There was nothing wrong. My problem with this whole entire story is that you pushed out a narrative about a person that could possibly ruin their career, their life, and everything when all they were was a player, a gigolo, a hoe, whatever you want to call it. That's all it boils down to. And now the other women involved in this, one woman came out with a video today saying the original woman who posted the video won't stop calling her, yelling at her and everything because she's not saying the things she wants to say. Use this for attention. So now this is escalated to a whole nother field. Tell me what y'all feel about this, whatever. And if we run over into time, we can always go over into Discord and talk about it. But yeah.
Which is fine. So here's the thing. Okay. I feel like now I understand that she is upset. She's hurt. And I said off show that I understand the whole, informed consent argument only because, honestly, he was upfront with her. He said he wanted a polyamorous relationship. However, once she said I wasn't with that, what he should have done was left it alone and, moved on pretty much. But he wanted to smash, and that's what he did. And that's what she allowed him to do. And now, you got your feelings hurt.
Yes.
But, and what she has done is basically, I don't know if this is the word that I want to use, but like militarized or military, I don't know. Like she basically
weaponized her tears.
I think of that. She weaponized her white woman tears, and she has basically set up an entire army of white women, and not just white women, because this man was already somebody that was hated by white supremacist groups. You know what I'm saying? Already hated by these people, had to move because he had death threats, because he was for POCs and he was for women's rights and he was against misogyny and all this stuff. And now what you've done is you've weaponized your tears against this man and made it so those things have tripled. You know what I'm saying? It's like I am not condoning what he did. Don't get me wrong. It's just that this was made into something that it didn't have to be.
It's been made into something bigger than what it is, and I'm so tired of everybody. I've made videos about it, and people in the comments were like, "Well, it's informal consent and this blah blah blah." Listen, if I'm with a person, I'm in a relationship, and they cheat on me. Do you think
Mhm.
I consented to that? Do you think I'm going to tell the person I consent to you cheating on me? No. The person's just doing what they doing, and they going out and sneaking who they want. First of all, he ain't cheat because he wasn't even with the girl. Okay,
Mhm.
they said it was in the root of possibly having something. All right,
Yeah.
you flew there knowing, and I'm not doing the victim blame, but let's just look at it for what it is. You had the conversations with this man. This man said he wants a polyamorous relationship. You said no. He's like, all right, cool, bet. You flew there with that man. You let him shoot up the club. You knew exactly what you were doing. Okay. You flew back. You found out he was on another date with another woman. And you found out he was having sex with other women too. In
Mhm.
this sense, you got played. Okay, because that's just like if I
Mhm.
have my man, and I think this is my man and my only man, and come to find out he's out here hoeing around, doing whatever he want with in these streets. I'm not gonna walk out here being like, my man's been cheating on me. He didn't give me he didn't inform me that he was doing this. Why am I gonna
Why
inform
is
you
he gonna
of
inform
something that
you?
I'm doing that I obviously don't want you to know that I'm doing? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you know
This
what I'm
is
saying?
this is
It's
clearly a wanting to have his cake and eat it too type of situation.
yeah.
That's what this was on his part. And on her part,
And
she
I
was
know she
hoping
would.
something
I know she would. And
of course she would.
we all have different viewpoints
But stir
on
this pot a little
things,
bit.
and we love that everyone has different viewpoints on things, but we need to boil this down to what it is. And no
Mhm.
one is trying to boil it down to the basics. This
Yeah.
is something that is done all the time, every single day. No one is saying that it's right. But let's put that out there. No one is saying that it's right that it was done. But we're
Mhm.
not going to do is have a woman get on an application crying her eyes out about a person sleeping around on her back, like behind her back, and now proclaiming I could possibly be pregnant with your child.
Mhm.
Why didn't you take the plan B earlier? Right? Or like I have to get tested for STIs.
Or just use a
Why
fucking condom.
wasn't
You
why
don't
Yeah,
wasn't the
ready.
testing done beforehand? Like,
Yeah,
that's
ready.
something that you do. This is like I was telling Trey earlier, this is not "Oh, we just, decided to link up and call each other, and we swiped on Tinder, and now we get in it, and now I'm making bad decisions because everything's happened so quick, and then there's no condom involved, and boom." I planned this with you. We had talks
Mhm.
about this with each other. We knew it
Mhm.
was going to be unprotected. I flew out to you, so a plane had to be scheduled, and there was a return trip planned too, paid ticket and all. And we knew that this was going to happen. So if any point in time you said, you know what, this is not a good idea to have it unprotected, this is not a good time for me to be sexual with you, okay, cool. Is it right for him to essentially quote unquote prey on these women and give them the security blanket that they're looking for? And he and try to take them in and heal their wounds or whatever, and then manipulate them in some form to be sexual with them? No, not at all. But let's not take someone slept around on me and make it an SA situation, because
Yeah.
it's not. And that's what she presented. That's what the video gave. Because, like I said, when I watched the video, I didn't know any of this was happening. So when I started watching it, I'm like, damn, like why? Why do men have to do this? I was angry.
Yeah.
And guess what? I sat down and I was quiet until I got all the information. And then I
Mhm.
was like, you made me feel like something horrendous and violent happened to you. And you can tell that's how I felt because that's how everybody felt. And then
Mhm.
when you got on the information, and even the women who are also involved in this alongside of you, who are victims themselves of his manipulation, and she's like, bro, chill out.
Right.
You know you're doing too much at this point. And the famous TikToker who happens to be black, who put out this information where all people were like, whoa, he's a what? He's a what? Now you're catching hellfire. And your name is being thrown in the dirt. And that's what I said on the radio earlier today. It's best to just mind your business. If you don't have anything to do with it, if your name is Bennett, don't put your ass in it. That's it. That's all.
Well, that was a lot.
Sorry.
She and most of the other women, I believe, my opinion, and it's going to be a hot take, they decided to fetishize this man. And when he was not willing to be their trophy indigenous American, they decided to turn on them. Much like many of the white women of history have done to black men. You didn't do what I wanted you to do. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. She knew she was going over to get some Indian dick. That's what it was. Some Native American dick. Sorry, excuse me. And she wanted to have a Native American baby so she could have another social justice trophy on her arm. So I don't like, lady, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm sorry, you say you're an ally, all this other stuff, but you got the pride flag flying all this other place. You saying you this, saying you that. No. You just another person who's doing stuff for clout. And that's what this is all about. Now you trying to ruin this man's life and trying to turn it into an SA situation when it's really not that. There's no such fucking thing as informed consent. You consented when you bought your fucking airplane ticket, like you said. You consented when you laid on your back and you let that man skeet up inside you because you wanted a Native American baby. That's what it is. That's really what it is. So get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Yeah, I
just think that to end it all, please stop using the word consent as a weapon. Please stop using the word consent as a weapon. We have to be responsible with our words. Just like we're on here and we talk, we have a podcast, everything we say, there's been times where our own words have been thrown back in our faces on here. Okay. So we have to be conscious and mindful of everything that we say. And we have to be conscious and mindful of things that we present. I mean, Trey just did it right there. He used Indian instead of Native American, but corrected himself right afterwards, right? So a person then can't come back like, oh, well, I corrected myself. I apologize and corrected myself right afterwards. So we have to be mindful of how we project it and how we push things out there into the world. We have to be very careful. What she did was project and push out. You were violated in the most harmful way, especially a woman could go through. And to come to find out, it was he just broke your trust.
Right.
That's all he did. He broke your trust. He emotionally damaged you. And he emotionally manipulated you. But he just broke your trust. That's what he did.
Sex is an even exchange, no matter how you look at it. It's an even exchange. You're both consent if it's consensual sex, of course. Not talking about those extenuating circumstances.
And this
sex is an even exchange. So if you say yes, I want to have sex, and he says yes, I want to have sex, he don't owe you shit but the dick you asking for, and vice versa. So take what you can get and get the fuck on. I'm tired of this bullshit. Yeah. Let's go to the aftercare. See what anybody want to talk about, Joe. Because that whole situation makes me so angry. Like, yo,
because it should because weaponized tears, just like
weaponized tears, and it's honestly it's the fact that you can't throw those words around. You cannot make it seem like somebody SA'd you, because that is a serious accusation.
Yes.
That is
because you do that to my son, lady.
And this is nothing but
and especially when it's pointed against a person of color. When it's pointed against a person of color, then it is. I don't want to say it's a million times worse, but it actually is, because not only are you being accused of SA, but now you have done something to this white woman, and that makes you a bigger criminal than any other person in the world. Anything else you could have done, but you did something to this white woman, and now it makes it a million times worse.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I just want to read.
No,
it says informed, which is true, and I know this. Informed consent is mostly heard in a doctor's office in regards to being informed in order to give consent to any procedure like a surgery or whatever. Yes, when you go into the doctor's office and you sign up for your physical, they'll ask, do you give consent to be informed of any of the medical and stuff. So if we call home and we know you're not there, and this person says, I am this person, we can give this information to you. We can pass these things on. That's informed consent of letting another person know,
or for like surgery or something like that,
with me, personally with me. That man did not give you his informed consent to let you know he's sleeping with other women.
All right.
That's just what it is.
The thing about it is, when I know we going over time, I'm sorry, y'all, but the thing about it is, he made a video and he said, I apologize that I did not communicate with you effectively. And honestly, that is it. That was it right there. He
Yes.
didn't communicate with you effectively. And that was what the problem was. But then once she stitched that video and she said, "You're talking to me about communication and I could be pregnant with your baby." Ma'am, unfortunately,
relax.
you got played. But bring it back.
I got one more thing to say and we're gonna close
You
this
keep
thing out.
saying baby,
Imagine
to trap.
Imagine if the roles were reversed and this was like she was sleeping with multiple other dudes
He's a
and
simp.
he's a
Mhm.
simp
He's a
who's
simp.
like look at
That's
how
what
that
he would get.
looks.
Everybody would be
And then we got
making
an
fun of
episode of
him.
fucking Maury going
Yeah.
on because we don't know who the baby daddy is because
But
she
this
just
is the
slept with all
thing.
these other people.
This recently just happened. This is a recent thing. Because why are you still talking about Plan B? Plan B don't work after 72 hours, babe.
It's been going on for weeks.
So
So
this is my last point, though. My last point is: imagine if she was a Black woman.
That part.
Imagine if she was a Black woman.
Oh, nobody would care.
Who the fuck?
Nobody would care.
Nobody
Nobody
would
would
care.
give a fuck.
Who would care? Nobody would care that this happened to her. They would say charges to the game and move on. But
It
now
happens to
also-
women every
it
day.
happens every day. It happens every day.
Now,
You
one
ain't
point-
special, Snowflake.
Last thing, she was not the one who said like consent. Like she's not the one who said all these exact words of violation or anything like that. This is what she was projected. Everyone else watched her video, took the reaction that she knew they were going to have, and then blew it.
Mhm.
So she did what exactly what she wanted you to do. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, we're gonna go over to the Discord. We're gonna go over there. So I just put the link back into the comment section. So make sure that you join our Discord. You can follow me once again on TikTok at Chase Inc. ChayesInc. You can also follow me on Instagram at Candy Taste Sweet because it's true. And every Sunday before I get here and talk discussing and dirty, I am on on the tap in on sparkfmonline.com from 1 to 3 p.m. every single Sunday, playing the best urban and Caribbean music. So, yeah.
And you can find me on it's me. It's all good. You can find me on IG at Royal Rain, ROY4L R4YNE. I think I've been drinking too much. Let me stop.
Over 1,000.
Follow me on TikTok at Royal_KP, where I have actually now I'm at 1,200. 1,200 and some change.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. So I appreciate my co-host for pimping me out because I made it to like 997 and she made a whole video. Do you understand? A whole video telling people to come follow me. So yeah, I appreciate
the power of Chase.
Yeah,
the power of Chase.
The power of Chase. I like that slogan.
All right, there you go.
Anyway, and of course, it's your boy Trey Proper. I'm literally everywhere as Trey Proper, especially the one that says money sign Trey Proper. Go ahead, hit that one up if you want to. Yeah, but let's get on up out of here. Let's get to this thing.
Bye, guys. See you in aftercare.
Peace.